Hello, Keith Rucker here at VintageMachinery.org. Guys, we're back onto the scraping project here on the Monarch 16-inch lathe. In the last episode we did this, we got our saddle here all in alignment and the bottom of the wave scraped in. So now we're moving up. Obviously, we already had the dovetails scraped in previously. So the next piece up is going to be the actual cross slide that moves on these dovetails. And for this, I'm going to zoom you in here and kind of tell you a little bit about what's going on, what our game plan is, and how we're going to go ahead and get started for this part. So again, we've already got all these surfaces here scraped, and again the saddle has been scraped in, so everything from basically here up is what we have left to do. And the next piece again, of course, is the cross slide that slides on this. And this part we haven't even touched, we haven't done anything to it. And what we're going to have to do here is, I know because we had the wear that was in this, plus when we worked on this piece here, we actually took the mill and we milled out some metal in here to get everything back into a plane again, and then scraped it down even further. So we've removed a good bit of metal off of these surfaces in here. And to kind of compensate for that, what we need to do is we need to add some material back in. And of course that material is going to get added onto the bottom of the cross slide. And the material that we'll add is this stuff here, Turcite or rulon. I think this is actually rulon, but usually folks just call it Turcite. This is a Teflon type material. It's impregnated with bronze. I don't know if you can see it on the camera, but you can kind of see the little shinies in there. That's the back side of it. This is the side that goes down. And what we will do is we will epoxy some strips to the bottom of the cross slide, and then we'll actually work off of that, and that'll build it up. This stuff is about 42 thousandths of an inch thick. It comes in different thicknesses. That just happens to be what I had, and that's what we calculated that we needed for the cross slide, or excuse me, the saddle when we put the rulon strips in down here. Now I have come in here and done some measuring, trying to figure out exactly how high we need to go. And to do that, I'm just using some feeler gauges with some different stacks in them as far as height. And basically what I have determined is that to get this thing where it moves properly and everything stays in alignment, and also trying to get it where our the gib in here will be properly aligned. You know, as we take material out, it drops down, the gib is going to go in farther and farther, but as you raise it up, because it's on a taper, there becomes an area where it kind of fits and gets back in there where we don't have to do a lot of machining to the gib itself. And to get to where I need to be, I really need to raise this thing up somewhere at least 20 thousandths is kind of the minimum that I figured. And right now what I've got in here is a 42 thousandth stack. So this is basically the entire thickness of the rulon or the Turcite. In fact, you can see it kind of fits right up underneath there with those feeler gauges in there. So game plan, what we're going to do is we're going to actually start by taking the compound off now. Again, I've already made sure that it's going to work in here, and we'll take it to the surface grinder, and we're going to start by just kissing the top of this and getting this whole surface here flat and in the same plane and parallel to what we have on the bottom of this, you know, right out of the block. And I'll check it to make sure it's not rocking. I don't think it is first, but we'll just mag it down onto the surface grinder. We'll get that surface done, and then we're going to flip this thing over and we'll grind the bottoms down here. And I can remove up to about 23 thousandths of material on the grinder, which I don't think I'm going to have to take that much, but I can take up to about 23 thousandths of an inch before I'm going to be getting it down below or lower than where I want it to be. So that's the game plan. I'm going to go ahead and take this piece off. We're going to go over to the surface grinder and we'll start grinding it in. We're all set up now over here on the surface grinder. I've got my part is down. I checked it for rocking. There was no rocking, so that's good. We're going to face this top off. I've already dressed my wheel, so we're just ready to kind of come in here and kind of touch off and make sure we're not going to gouge anything. I don't know how flat this thing is across. Excuse me for reaching across the camera here, but all right, we're just starting there. I'm going to back off a little bit and I'm going to fish myself around here All right, so we're touching pretty good in the middle there. Yeah, just kind of barely. I'm just making sure I'm not gonna crash my wheel anywhere on here. Touching a little bit there, a little bit there. Barely just fuzzing it. All right, we're getting a little bit heavier down here. Let me raise it up a few more thou. All right, we're just I'm gonna give it about a thou down feed here, and let's let it roll on through here. We got a little bit of coolant going. I'm just kind of letting this thing fuzz across right now, and I'm starting on 10 thousandths deep over here. The top I'm not too worried about. I'm really more worried about how much I'm taking off the bottom. I got about 23 thousandths that I can take off to clean up without anything to worry about. Again, up top, this isn't really as critical, so, but I want to have a good surface to work off of when I flip this part over, so we're going to do this top first. It is just barely kind of touching here in the middle, and looks like the middle might be just a little bit higher than the outside ring on this, but not by much, not by much at all. I've set my stroke to do the long part, but save a little bit of time. We'll shorten it up here, and we'll adjust it back out longer when we flip it over. Still touching a little bit in here, but getting a little bit lighter. It's not really cleaning up all the way across. It is touching up on the front side. It's missing on the back. And yeah, it's just barely hitting in a place or two now, so probably won't hit much the rest of the way across. Looks like there was a burr or something back here where it was raised up a little bit higher in a couple places. Wasn't very flat. And yeah, we're starting to barely kiss it and touching off in there. Maybe another pass or two, we'll get it all cleaned up. We're cleaned up now, almost all the way back to about right in here. Not quite getting on the back side, so I'm gonna probably take another, we'll just take another thou and a half, I think. Hope that it cleans up all the way this time. Looks like it's cleaning up all the way this time. We're going to come on across, and once we get to the end, I'm just going to let it go back across without adjusting down, let it spark out, and hopefully we'll have a nice, good finish on this. All right, we're just gonna reverse it and let it go back across and just spark out right there. right, I think we got it. Looks good. I'm gonna go do a little testing on this and we'll be back in a minute. We touched off, went around, checked everything out. I've already kind of touched off on this one. It didn't clean up the whole way, but it's definitely making contact across. We're just coming back onto the other side. Let's see, we're gonna start getting some sparks on that side. Hopefully we'll pick up a few in there. Yep, there we go. All right, it's not gonna take much to clean this one up, which is good. Again, it's not perfectly clean, but as expected, flipping it over on that side that was already ground sitting down, it's we're not gonna have to take a lot of metal off this side, the bottom line. I was probably taking about a half a thou depth where I was just touching off some of my high spots there. So when we get through this pass, we'll feed down, I'm just gonna feed down another thousandth, I think. And let her go back across and see if she'll clean up. Not quite gonna clean up, I don't think, this pass. All right, we'll take our time and get her done here. All right, guys, I think we got it. Finish looks pretty darn good. Let's take it over to the surface plate and do some measuring on it. All right, guys, we got this over here. I've done a little bit of inspecting with it with an indicator, and you know, my surface grinder is by no means perfect, but it's flat and parallel within about let's just say a half a thou anywhere in there. So I'm plenty happy with that, and it really isn't super critical because we're gonna scrape the Turcite on these in to match the plate over there anyway, but it's we just want to start as close as we can. So I've got a couple of strips here of the Turcite, and again, you can see this is the surface that will be scraped, and that's the surface that gets glued down. You can kind of see that bronze tint in there where they have the embedded bronze in this stuff. This stuff gets epoxied together, but in order for the epoxy really to stick good, we need to have a little bit of texture in here. So now that we've gone to all the trouble to get this thing ground flat, I'm gonna just hit it, probably just make an X, a rough X on here with my scraper. That will just give that epoxy something to grip to. It's still gonna be relatively flat. I'm not going to worry about trying to spot it or glue it or anything like that, but it's going to be pretty darn flat still. And again, we're going to scrape it in afterwards. I'll also rough up the bottom of this, and we're going to mix up some epoxy, and we'll epoxy these in place. So let me get my scraper going, and we're just, like I said, just going to get some texture in there for that to grip to. All right, we're not scraping for finish here. We're just getting some texture on here. So all right, that should be good. I'm gonna just knock any burrs off of that. And that feels good. That surface is now prepped, ready for the epoxy. Let me scrape on the bottom of these. I think I'll just use my hand scraper, and I just wanna scratch them up a little bit. I'll do that off camera. and get some texture in the bottom of these as well. All right, guys, I think we are ready to go ahead and get this epoxy ready. I've got a two-part epoxy here, and this is the product that is designed to use with this particular material. It didn't have a name or anything on it, but I'm just going to go ahead and mix this stuff up. Of course, with being a two-part epoxy, you just mix it up. I'm not sure what the work time is on this. Hopefully, it'll give me plenty of time here to work, but I want to get that mixed up real good. Basically what happens with this epoxy is you get a chemical reaction and this stuff will turn just rock hard. I think that's pretty good. Now, tell you what, now I'm just going to put some on the stick, and I've got my pieces of Turcite over here. It's on kind of a piece of wood, or a piece of cardboard rather. And this way I can, if I get a little bit on something, it ain't gonna matter. I wanna leave a nice, get not super thick, but thick enough that it ain't gonna, it's gonna have good contact everywhere, and probably have a little bit that will squeeze out. Comes Elliot checking things out. That's the dog's name. Probably saw him come back behind me there. Everybody comments on my animals when they show up in my videos. Although I think the cat's has more followers than the dog does for whatever reason. All right, I'm happy with that. Now what I'm going to do, I've got a piece of cellophane down here that we're going to lay this thing down on here in a minute. And that's just to keep anything that runs out from getting onto my surface plate. And I cut these Turcite strips a little bit oversized, so I got some room for them to kind of move around if need be. All right, so now I'm going to flip this over straight down on the surface plate where I have the weight pushing down on it, and yeah, I've got good coverage. It's sticking out in all directions. Might need to come out that way just a little bit. All right, I think that's fine. And now I'm gonna get some weights. And we're just gonna put some weights on this thing to weigh it down. All right, make sure nothing wiggled around on me. We got good contact all the way around. And with that, we're just gonna let that harden. All right, that looks good. Like I said, we're just gonna let this epoxy harden. I'm actually gonna be going out of town for a few days right after I shoot this, so I'm just gonna leave it. When I come back, it ought to be all nice and set up, and we can trim it up and start scraping it in. And that's going to be in another episode down the road. So with that, that's going to wrap up this episode. And as always, guys, thank you for watching. Leave me some comments if you like. Shoot me an email if you like. Sometimes I can respond a little bit quicker to the emails. Leave me a thumbs up if you like the video, and subscribe if you haven't already. We'll talk to you next time.